So what shoes do we want to pick in order to maximize our tightness, maximize our leg drive, and be able to bench press the most amount of weight possible? So when it comes to leg drive, something we've just discussed before is we do want to factor in the horizontal pushing. We don't always want to think about just vertically pushing down, because with almost like any shoe, we can push vertically down and it won't matter. But when we're starting to think about the horizontal component and we're trying to push our toes through the front of our shoes and shift our weight up the bench and onto our back and traps, then we obviously want a shoe that has good grip to it. If it doesn't have good grip, then our feet are gonna slide, especially if the carpet has some baby powder or anything like that. So we do wanna use a shoe that has good grip so we can get good leg drive. Then from there, we may want a flat shoe or a heeled shoe. It depends on the person. Most people, I feel like, can get away with a flat shoe, and maybe some people start off with a heeled shoe just because they think maybe, oh, I don't have to get my heels down on the ground if my heel is inside of a shoe that has a heel on it. And also some people may be using a heeled shoe for squat and they just continue to wear it for bench press. That's what I did, and that's how I used to bench press at first. But then I realized that I don't need the heel shoe. I can get my feet down to the ground with a flat shoe, and then I can be able to extend my hips more, get a better arch. I can have a more variety of shoes to pick from that have a good grip. And then I was able to make the transition and be able to improve my bench press. So I feel like a lot of people have the build and the flexibility to be able to wear a flat shoe and get their feet completely down on the ground. And from there, then I can get in a good position to get a big arch, get a good leg drive, be very stable with a good grippy shoe, and be fine. If you are someone who maybe is not as flexible, maybe you have back pain when you try and get your feet all the way down to the ground, or maybe you can't get down to the ground with how high the bench is for your build, then maybe you want to try the heeled shoe, or you have to try foot blocks in training and in competition. The downside to foot blocks in competition is that sometimes it can be variable as far as the quality of the foot blocks and whether they slide or not. And so if you can avoid relying on that and maybe rely on a heeled shoe instead, then you get to pick the heeled shoe. You get to pick basically how high you want the heel to be within the limit of the rules. You can get a shoe that has maybe better grip than the foot blocks sliding on the carpet. Okay, so main thing, we want a shoe that has really good grip so we can maximize our leg drive. And then from there, opt for a flat shoe or a heeled shoe. Most people can go with a flat shoe. So I'd say try out a flat shoe first, see how it feels, and see if you can get a good position. And then if you need to try out a heeled shoe or foot blocks, then you can try that out next. And if you want to see more detailed breakdown of these kind of tips when it comes to the bench press, for example, leg drive, how to put on wrist wraps, or even the best shoes for bench press, then you can go to this playlist next.